What's up, Internet? My name is Nerdy.
And I'm Claudia.
And this is Interview with a Vampire, episode 4.
Yeah.
We're over halfway. Well, no. When we get to the middle of the episode.
Yes.
Yeah. In the middle of this episode, we're halfway through the season, which is weird. A 7-episode season.
Yeah, it's a strange number.
Yeah.
But maybe they were like, you know what? This is all we need to tell the story that we want to tell.
Yeah, I kind of love that. When we last left Lestat and Louis, oh, too many L's.
Yeah.
They were on the outs.
Yeah, they're not too happy with one another, and Louis has potentially caused a lot of his friends and neighbors to be hurt.
You okay?
What? Yeah. What?
You can tell how uncomfortable you are with the situation with how many ums were in that sentence.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But also, Louis ran into a burning building and maybe saved a girl who will become Drew Barrymore?
Kirsten Dunst. No.
If you want the full length reaction, that's a joke from earlier. Go watch all of our reactions if you want to understand what I just said. The full length reactions over at patreon.com/nerdynightly. It's a thing that you can go sign up for if you want. But if you don't, stay here. You're already here, and the reaction is about to begin. Let's go. The ruthless pursuit of blood with a child's. God, these titles are so long.
I know.
Just call it The Child's Demanding, or
Simba.
Because I put the episode titles. That's funny.
Oh, in the.
I put the episode titles in the titles of our YouTube videos,
long.
and I can't fit these because you can only put 100 characters.
You'll find a note from him in your electronic mailbox.
There's no way even vampires say electronic mail. They say email.
This guy's just really full of himself because he gets to serve a vampire. Like,
Please, wear these when handling the materials.
oh, wow.
We suggest you begin on the left.
He's immediately going to go to the right. You don't suggest what direction I look at stuff in.
I do what I want.
I do what I want, Dad.
The POWs are malnourished, nothing but bone and sinew. Their blood is bitter. It almost makes you feel sick to drink it.
They were drinking the prisoners of war?
Oh.
I care about our protagonists. They're war criminals. That's fun.
The White Angel, he bit me right in the neck. And I thought, what a strange thing for an angel to do.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the thought she had in that moment.
Oh my god.
Well, isn't this peculiar?
Right away, I had a lot of questions.
I bet you do.
Yep.
What is that?
That's the incinerator where we burn the...
We'll get to that soon enough.
Prove it. What am I thinking now?
Well, I can't. I'm your maker.
You're wondering if your nails will be like that forever. And the answer is yes. It's a special trick only folks like us have.
Oh, I thought no vampires could hear each other's
Yeah,
thoughts. I
me
didn't realize it was
too.
only...
Huh.
That make him the dumb one?
What's funny?
Lestat's gonna be so jealous.
You're a vampire.
I can see where this is going. That's where we burn bodies.
Why do we burn bodies?
Wow, she's taking this very well.
Yeah?
They have nice clothes and a nice auto carriage and a funny way of being nice to each other.
Yeah, they do.
You can endeavor on an experience that feels like eating syrup while riding on the wind.
You know what? If it's maple syrup, I'll take it. But if it's table syrup, literally anything else.
Young girl? Were your parents
That's so creepy.
Yeah.
I did not like.
No. Mm-mm.
She's very charming, though.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No! Don't! You're not a cop! You're not a girl! You're the devil! Some sleep is what she needs.
Sedation is what she needs. Claudia! Claudia!
This is so macabre.
I know. He's just like, oh, what an inconvenience. Like,
What comes out of humans is just so much sweeter.
Oh, she's a nightmare. This is why you don't turn children.
nope.
Well, and what's so sad is, like, it's so much harder for her to have a nightlife. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But honestly, I honestly thought she was like 17, 18. Like, she doesn't look like she's like 10.
no, I think she's like 13.
Tout ça qu'il faut, c'est remettre une question de l'existence.
That sounds funny in French.
Tu as oublié ta jeunesse. Bonne nuit!
Bonne nuit.
He's so touchy.
We're never having children.
Oh, God, I know.
It's so soft!
Something.
Just put her coffin in another room.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You all have super hearing.
Yeah, there was no way that you thought that she wasn't gonna... She used to hear all of that.
I'm so confused. They
Just
know
build
they have
another
super
secret
hearing.
room. Yeah.
Also, she can hear Louis' thoughts.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare. This poor child.
Yeah.
I used to get a little caught up in human affairs.
I like that his not eating humans is now like a closet metaphor.
Yeah.
Using the language of, oh, I used to like girls and now I try to.
Mm-hmm.
Like the taste of blood. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Does electronic mailbox, does Louis enforce this kind of language? Oh no, I'm him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I find some of his stuff like irritating to watch, is because I'm like, oh, it's me. I'm recognizing things I don't love about myself.
Still, you wouldn't believe how time flies when there's people to eat and money to spend. How old are you again, Uncle Liz?
160.
159.
We eat. We laugh. We sleep.
I really hope in the future there's a scene of the three of them watching the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
But instead of laughing, they're just horrified. They're like,
Like, what?
What did they do?
Abomination- Yeah.
Why?
Young, strong, and likely to fight back. You must be most ferocious.
God, this is so weird.
Yeah.
This is the first time she's seen sex, right?
Yeah.
She's just listened to her dads do it.
Happy hunting.
She's reckless.
Yep.
This can't end well.
Yep. Oh boy.
Diary, his name is Charlie. He's got veins like rivers. They flow right down his arms.
I think everyone has veins like that. I think that's just how veins work.
He almost got trampled by a horse.
I want to know what his tongue tastes like.
Bet you do.
What did we say about skipping?
My God.
Ooh, slick fella, getting the guy to look off to the right, drop the little flowers to the... I don't know why I did that. He's over here just, dropping flowers.
It was sweet, and then you made it weird.
It got weird because I realized that
Yeah.
Claudia, are you blocking me? This is your father speaking.
He put you on hold.
And I bit him. And now he...
It's easy to get carried away when you're young and in love.
Not helpful to start.
Stop squirming and watch.
Oh, it's so tough. But you're like, kind of like, you need to learn this. You kill so indiscriminately, you'd have to learn this lesson.
Yeah.
Vivid writer, isn't she?
Anne Frank meets Stephen King.
Claudia was
A Band-Aid for a shitty marriage.
Brutal. Brutal.
something else.
But yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Got it in
That's
one.
what couples do, right?
Well, let me tell you something, you stuck-up, flower-covered, $3 fancy.
Oh no. That was a really tough ending of an episode.
Yeah, every episode is like a roller coaster of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
They do so well at finding the joy and the life in the people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and yet it is so dark.
Yeah.
And like hard to watch sometimes. Like,
She brings a lot to the show though.
yeah.
She's great.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried because we'd established this really strong dynamic between these two actors that I was really invested in.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you add a character in, over halfway or, at the halfway point of a season, and they have to be such an intrinsic part of that dynamic, especially when it's a younger actor.
Yeah.
That can be really hard. And it's tough from a performance perspective, but also finding a kid, and I'm sure this girl's 20, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they didn't cast an actual child.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know. If she was like, I'm 20, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
I think that casting did an incredible job finding her because I've never seen her in anything before, and she really just slid right into the show and brought a charm and a youthfulness that really made you buy into how chaotic she was.
yeah.
She felt very naturalistically chaotic in a way that really took me by surprise. I really enjoyed her performance this episode.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to remember what it feels like to be a kid, right?
Yeah.
And not have responsibilities or, your worst worry was like if your friend is going to have a sleepover this weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
if your mom would let you stay for the sleepover part.
Yeah. And so like she does such a good job of capturing that, but also I'm 19 now, and like that struggle with being stuck in this young body, but knowing that there's more to life out there, and it being like, and there being a barrier between you and that, like.
Yeah, and we ended the episode 3 reaction by saying this show's getting a little grim dark. Hopefully this girl brings some light into it, because the balance I felt in episode 3 was starting to weigh really towards darkness, which makes sense. I'm not saying that that's bad. I think that it was a necessary direction for the narrative to go in order to feel the high highs of the beginning of this episode with her.
Yeah.
Right? I think that it was very intentional what they were doing. I totally get it. I think they did an excellent job of it. She was the lightness that I needed after the 3rd episode. Right?
Yes.
And so I think what is so impressive to me about this television show is that there's almost a predictability in the ups and downs of the emotions of it, because the structure is so strong.
Because it works, right?
But yeah, the structure is so strong because there's a real sure hand on the narrative.
Yeah.
I feel really guided through this story, partially because the narrative structure of it is someone telling a story that they have figured out the plot of. Like, Louis comes into his interview with the vampire with an idea of how he wants the story told, because he told it once before and he was disappointed in his own performance of that storytelling.
Yeah.
And so we're getting the better storytelling version. And so, of course, it feels a little bit predictable and a little inevitable.
It's rehearsed.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be.
But because of that, I just feel like the screenwriters of this show, they're so steadfast in what they're doing. And the show is so strong because of it. You know, this show just feels so intentional from moment to moment to moment in a way that I just feel like I'm on the ride. We're not on a car on a road full of potholes. We're on a train. The track is laid on a perfectly flat field.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the end destination. And yes, there's going to be some ups and downs, but the ride is going to be smooth.
Yeah.
And that can be really hard to do on television, especially with something like vampires and death and destruction and this child character.
And like a period piece as well, right? Like having that all feel cohesive.
Yeah, I also really love the visual distinction in this episode as we get into the 20s. And you can see that we're in the 20s. Yeah. The costume department in this episode really brought the new kind of look of the world as we head into the 20s, the roaring 20s, right?
Yeah.
With the flapper stuff and the hats and the jackets. The style is updating without really talking about it.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a brilliant choice to not spend too much time dealing with what year they're in. Because for the vampires, it doesn't matter. But for the style, it really does. And the costuming department deserves all the awards.
Well, and it helps us know, like, give us a rough idea of where we are. Right? Because for the vampires, you're right. It doesn't matter. But to us as the audience, if we don't have, like, checkpoints, it can become, like, we can feel a little lost as to where we are and when we are in the world. And so having those changes helps keep the ride smooth.
It also it also speaks to the vanity of these three people. Less Louis. Louis doesn't feel as motivated by it, but Lestat and is her name Claudia? Yeah. Lestat and Jeffers' girlfriend, Claudia. They are so clearly motivated by how they look. But it's a background thing. It's not talked about. It's not like the show doesn't need to beat you over the head with anything.
Yeah.
It just has these little details that are worth looking into the background of the shots for.
Yeah.
And I love that. I really love that.
And the scene with them on the boat was a real like highlight of the show so far, because she's like, how does that work? He's like, oh wow, we have to have like this like kind of talk. And like you said, the parallels of that and like the vampirism were really, really fascinating and not, shoved in your face, beat you over the head with it.
Yeah.
Was like very like natural and talked about in like a real way that I really appreciated.
Yeah, the show is so much about sexuality in a way that is vampirism is such a fun, metaphor for sexuality.
Yeah.
Because it's penetrative and it is intimate and it is, all of these things, and it is a lot of it's behind closed doors, right?
Yeah.
And I think that as a metaphor, particularly for homosexuality in this time period, they're doing such a great job.
Yeah.
I don't know that you could necessarily tell the same story now. It would be very different. But
yeah,
very cool.
Sure.
Show's great.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm really liking it.
Yeah. 3 episodes left. I can't believe there's only 3 episodes left.
I know, it's weird.
The guy who played Charlie was great. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So sad.
And Louis' mom.
Yeah, I mean...
yeah.
My sympathy for her is very limited.
All right. Well, one of us is kind to the elderly and one of us isn't.
She was like, it's your fault your brother jumped off the roof. I was like...
He was up there with him.
And so, yeah, no.
No,
nope.
I know.
Nope.
If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god, she's hungry and we must feed her. This episode has the most obvious algorithm goddess of them all.
Claudia is starving.
She's so hungry.
Feed her.
I wonder if it's like young vampires are hungrier. Because she drank 3 full-ass people at her birthday party.
Well, I think that's what Lestat said, like, the metabolism of a teenager forever.
Oh, right.
Potentially.
Right.
So maybe. I don't know if it ever goes away.
Yeah, I grew up in the dance world, so all the teenage girls I hung out with didn't eat anything, so.
Are you kidding me? All the dancers I hung out with were like, I need food to keep grombat-mying across the floor over and over and over again. Jesus.
Yeah. Guys, follow us on the internet. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
This outro has gone off the rails like all of our other outros.
That was on you.
It was. It was. Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye.